Welcome on in, everybody. I hope you're having a fantastic week. This is part 6 of my Metaphor Fantazio playthrough that I am doing while I am away in Japan. I hope you're enjoying this series as much as I am. You're having a great time over here, and thank you so much again for joining me. Really appreciate it. Now let's get into that game. Okay, so last time we had just gotten to the Gauntlet Runner. We're participating in the tournament for the throne where we have to go defeat a monster. And the monster we decide to defeat is not in fact a monster, but a human monster in the form of a serial killer. A serial kidnapper? I'm assuming he's also killing people. Maybe selling them in slavery, I think might have been the gist. But yeah, now we're exploring our new Gauntlet Runner. The runner makes a smooth ride, at least. Eccentricities aside, he certainly earned something. That said, I'm more concerned with its unseen workings. I do hope he hasn't made any dubious additions. Like what?
Ooh.
A carriage can't even begin to compete with the Gauntlet Runner's speed. I suppose they've earned their reputation. That I'm in constant fear of losing my lunch is far from ideal, but once I'm used to it, I'm sure the journey will be pleasant. It's very bouncy. The world out there going by.
Incredible!
Wow! So this room's made for bathing? Can I really just hop in mid-ride and take a real bath? Now that I could get used to. I call a dip first.
Hey!
What? Were you just going to stride up and strip nude? Where do you think you are? Unacceptable!
You really?
It's a bathing room. Oh, not to mention, no running water yet. Working on it. Unacceptable.
This is...
There's some Orgo sugar and briny salt. I wonder who brought them here. I could use these for cooking.
Got it.
It's a kitchen. I can prepare meals here.
So?
You have to wash your dishes properly, but being the water is a precious resource, it actually goes double. It's stocked with food suitable for a long journey. I would prefer to cook it first before eating it. A machine that does laundry, handmade by Nuris. Seems there's nothing in it at the moment.
Now, where was I?
I feel Mort's presence. I don't need to talk to him right now. There's a fluffy bag that Purric's sitting on. If I sat on it, I don't think I'd be able to move. It does look comfy. I've never smelled this fragrance before. I can't tell whether it's used for food or fuel. That is definitely, if it turns out it's used for food, don't eat it. You're never going to eat food that smells like fuel. Maybe not now. Some unique items are lined up. Nuris's personal belongings, I think.
This?
Wonder what makes this thing run. Looks like a heart. It's time on a Gauntlet Runner, eh? Whoa, that scared me. Looks like that pipe's in here too. Called a runophone. There's one in every room. Now, I believe I heard you speculating on the old girl's inner workings. Gauntlet runners use magnet pushes as fuel to run, you see. Used to be you'd take your life into your hands when you traveled the wilds. Then, thanks to the kingdom's greatest minds, the Gauntlet Runner was born. The runner's actual legs are based on colossal beasts, made for zero momentum loss even on the roughest terrain. Among other things, I've modified this craft with a bit more zip and speed. Another step closer to my dream. What dream? Long story, my girl. Best told to a captive audience with no plans for the next few days and nights. Never mind then. Maybe some other time. Anyway, still plenty about the old girl that's a work in progress. By the time I'm done, she'll have some new tricks. Just you watch. It'll be sunset before long, so start thinking about bedding down for the night. Can't run in the dark, and the old girl needs her rest as much as we do. You continue toward your destination while spending time on the Gauntlet Runner. Utilize its facilities to obtain items, raise abilities, or do other things you wouldn't be able to do in town. Try using the kitchen, reading books at the bookshelf, or using the washing machine. More activities will become available over time. You can also spend your time with allies while shopping, which may help improve your virtues. At the end of the day, the choice is yours.
Speaking of,
Nura said he got a kitchen up and running. If you're hungry, would you fancy a meal? I highly consider myself a chef of any great skill, but Stroll said he wanted to try some of the recipes he learned at the Hushed Honeybee. You can rest in the Gauntlet Sleeper Runner. Time will pass, but your virtues won't improve at all. I have other things to do. I gotta improve my virtues. Can't be sleeping. These books are a mess. We should clean this up at some point. It's Nura's personal collection of books. They're too technical for me to understand. Some sort of strange device wrapped in cloth. Looks like one of Nurse's inventions in the making. The bookshelf is lined with interesting books. The books I could read are Pride and Persuasion. Not now. Whoa.
What's this?
Beneath this cloth there seems to be a big barrel. I wonder what it's used for. We're going through the desert. We're running. Man, this thing is really moving. This door must be the end of the Gauntlet Runner. It's locked tightly to prevent accidental entry. The cockpit seems to be up here. Mind the rope, lad. Wouldn't want you going overboard. Perhaps I should stay away from now. Whoa. Alright, I think we saw all of it. What's the difference between that and this? Oh wait, this is the one that goes... Oh no, this is a different area.
All right, then.
I'm not really convinced all of this fits in here. I think it's bigger on the inside. Fancy cooking a meal. Look at all these other followers I can get. Katharina. She's a bunny. I'd like to further my research, and yet Morse comes to mind. I haven't achieved his task. He asked me to. I don't know how to get the gunner. Okay. Maybe we'll read some books. This appears to be a fictional chronicle of a boy's journey into a fanciful place called the New World. I haven't started reading it yet. Seems like a book that'll really expand the mind. Want to read it by the window? Imagination. So what does the other one give me? This book outlines useful conversation techniques for convincing others. I haven't started reading yet. Neris probably left this here, huh? Let's take it over the window if you want to read it together. More eloquence. Eloquence is always good. We'll read eloquence.
What's that?
Apparently this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. This section is part of the basics. First impressions are vital when it comes to negotiations. Okay, I guess that's true enough. Lower the other person's guard by assuming a natural smile and a humble demeanor. Then use flattery to probe for weak points.
What are you talking about?
Probe for weak points? Why? To gain the upper hand.
Sure.
So you can gain the upper hand, perhaps.
No kidding.
Oh, I see. Feels a bit underhanded, but I guess if you need things to go your way, that's how it has to be. I feel like paying close attention to the art of persuasion has increased my eloquence.
All right.
Now I'm less tongue-tied. I'm impressed. I guess a bit of force can go a long way in helping negotiations go smoothly. There's still more left to read in this book. I'll pick it up from here next time.
The
I can read.
Gauntlet Runner arrives at the desert camp as the scorching sun sinks below the horizon, and the curtain of night falls over the land.
Dun, 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 dun.
Within the stalwart hull of the Gauntlet Runner, the party gains a short, peaceful respite.
Establishing an encampment. At night, the vast wilderness outside is ensconced in darkness. Forcing your way through the unmarked terrain is very dangerous, even with a stalwart gauntlet runner. Instead, establish camp somewhere safe. You can resume your travels the next morning. While at encampment, you can use any of the facilities on the gauntlet runner like usual, but you can also reminisce about your journey with allies. Give it a try. 3 days until we reach Matira. Our first time camping in the Gauntlet Runner. I'm kind of excited, but it'll be a long night, so why don't we spend some time relaxing with someone? Leon!
Hey.
My boy. Hey, are you looking for something to do? My weapons are as sharp as they're going to get, and while I'm not up to much, care to keep me company for a while? By recalling the past and planning for my future with Straw, I can hone my imagination. No, because I don't need that skill right now. Sorry, Straw.
Your thoughts?
Ho ho! How was that ride, eh? Smooth as butter, luxurious as a palace. Awe-inspiring, tear-jerking? Absolutely. Ha 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 ha! This runner's such a guilty pleasure. Though credit where credit should due, my tinkering helped make her what she is. Though full disclosure, that's all thanks to a little mechanism I whipped together that keeps her legs from sinking into the dunes. Wouldn't have to worry about the terrain if she could just fly, but that's a story for another day. Off you go, better get your 40 wings. Oh my gosh. Is it gonna fly? It's gonna swoop in and save us one day, I bet. With its flying skills. I know, I understand this game. No.
Well met.
Ah, well met. I didn't suppose you're overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to traveling, but I have no idea how to spend idle hours. If the idea appeals, we might talk a bit. Hone my imagination with talking with both of them, huh? Let's see what the Traveler Voices says. Spend time in town, spend time with... listen to Straw, listen to Hulk's breakfast, cook a meal, slept. Oh man, those people who slept. Alright, we'll go talk to Straw since they both do imagination. And we can only talk to them at night, so we might as well work on that.
Now then.
So next up is Matira. It feels just like yesterday when I first arrived in the royal capital. So much has happened in such a short span of time. I met you, we went over to the northern fortress and awakened a mysterious power. I'd once thought magic like this only existed in heroic tales of times long past.
Speaking of
which, I've been thinking that perhaps this is the same power that the hero kings once used. If that's the case, then why do you think so many of them met miserable ends? They had no allies.
What's that about?
Maybe they lacked allies.
Oh, I see.
I see. Try as they might, even the strongest king wouldn't be able to establish a country by himself. Perhaps it's not a matter of how much power you have, but how you choose to wield it. Moreover, we've got more than one power at our disposal, and on top of that, we've got allies who share these abilities as well.
Then
If we continue to master these archetypes, then maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to surpass the great hero kings of old. Though it all does make me wonder just how many more of these powers are still out there. My imagination grows. I felt my imagination grow as Strahl and I discussed the challenges still ahead of us.
All right.
Come now, it's too early for bed. Let's talk some more. We accidentally talked till dawn. Well, shit. Strahl and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
good morning.
Top of the morning to you, my dear passengers. I trust that the sleeping quarters more than exceeded your expectations, eh?
True.
They were better than I'd feared, considering how tiny they are, but I've got a question of my own. Isn't the desert sand going to do a number on this runner? My boy, remember who maintains this rugged girl. Nary a grain of sand could fit between her seams, I assure you. Regardless, we'll be leaving these arid dunes behind tomorrow.
I knew it!
Wow, runners really are neat, aren't they? A carriage would never be able to get through the desert this fast, but just keep an eye on the road, okay, nurse? Running, running, running. We'll arrive at Matira in 2 days, huh?
Hey,
Hey, Vimes, good timing. I was about to do some maintenance on my weapons. If you got the time, why not join me? It's as refreshing for the mind as it is for battles. Courage. Maybe later.
see.
Well met.
Vimes, you've come at the perfect moment. I was just thinking I'd ponder some battle strategy over my game board. An abstract game of military tactics, you see. Care to indulge me in a round? Playing games with Holgrimer will raise my wisdom. I don't need my wisdom right now.
Well then.
Let's go read some more eloquence book. Pride and Persuasion.
What's that?
Apparently, this book teaches you ways to ensure others will agree with you. The next part reviews some basics. Even if you make a flawless first impression, as the discussion progresses, the other person may erect an emotional wall and start giving you the cold shoulder. No matter what you say, they'll remain unreceptive. In these situations, issue a challenge. You must shock their senses to break down their walls. Shock their senses? How would you go about doing that? I have no idea.
How about that?
Maybe I'd pretend to cry.
What?
Like, use crocodile tears until they give in? I guess that's a strategy that might work against some people. I feel like studying the art of persuasion has slightly increased my eloquence.
All right.
Oh shit! I didn't get a good enough one for that. I only got 3 instead of 4. Maybe you only get 3. Did I get 4 last time? I don't know. Getting someone's agreement doesn't seem like it would be too complex. There's actually a lot to consider. There's still more left to read. I'll pick up from here next time.
I say, we...
Oh, break time, chums. There's something up ahead, so we'll be stopping there.
Coming now into view is the Tree of Prophecy, a resplendent tapestry of color against the backdrop of the bleak desert. One theory is that the tree's roots gorge on the land's magla, and still another is that it gorges on those enraptured by its colorful foliage.
Ooh,
as though
spooky tree.
themselves snared by the bewitching magla surrounding the tree. The Gauntlet Runner comes to a stop at its base.
Here we are. Shall we get a closer look? Tree of Prophecy.
Wow.
Oh, wow. It's so pretty.
That's...
It's not just the leaves. It's as though the whole area has been painted red.
Certainly.
This place calls to mind a picture book I read as a child. It told of a great tree located somewhere within the country, whose colors shifted to foretell unusual events in times ahead. How exactly would a tree foretell the future? And how does a plant grow this huge in the middle of a desert? I'm not sure if this explains it, but I'm sensing an incredible amount of magla in the air here. If your hypothesis is correct, that would make this no mere tree. No, sir, but a magical organism that feeds off of magla. As a matter of scientific research, I must document this discovery. Nurse pulled a sheet of paper and a brush from his pocket and began to draw the landscape in front of him.
Hey,
Wow, Norris, how'd you get so good at drawing?
Yeah!
Ah, my boy, meticulous documentation is the foundation of all good research. There you have it, I'm finished here. Take it as a keepsake. You're giving it to me? Wasn't it for research?
But
I thought you needed this for research. All pertinent information I need has been etched into my very mind. I can make do without the sketch itself. Well, thanks. I received Norris's research picture. The drawing is intricately detailed and accurately conveys the full majesty of this place to a viewer who's never been here before.
Hey there.
I read those words right, I swear. Hey, why don't we give that to Maria? I bet she'd love to see something from her journey, and we could tell her a story about this place. Next time we're in Grand Trad, I should give this drawing to Maria. Oh god, am I gonna remember to do that? Probably not. Huh, a magical organism in the form of a tree. Say, aren't fairies in the same classification? Precisely! Gallica is a most precious treasure as well. I've been observing her very closely, which is giving me great insight into my own research into flight.
Huh?
You've been observing me this whole time. I don't recall you asking, so knock it off.
However,
Turning our attention back to the tree, I've heard that it tints itself blue to herald the arrival of favorable developments. I wonder what manner of anomaly its current color portends. Well, red is usually not a great color in terms of prophetical colorization. We took a brief detour, but I feel that seeing a rare sight has brought me by wisdom.
All right.
The Gauntlet Runner arrives in a quiet clearing, concealed by boulders, as darkness reclaims the wilderness for itself. Monsters run rampant in the wilds. To sleep here would be perilous, unless from within the safety of a Gauntlet Runner. The
Good thing we've got a
party,
Gauntlet
secure
Runner.
in their Gauntlet Runner, spends the night in peace, hidden from hungry gazes.
Oh, okay, so they are letting me do a third thing. We'll be in Matera the day after tomorrow. I wonder what kind of place Matera is. Grand Crag could dazzle even the darkest night. Out here you can barely see the horizon. It's a comforting reminder of home, if I'm honest. I just couldn't appreciate it from the swaying Gauntlet Runner. Are you feeling better now?
Yeah.
Yes. I ate a bit and that helped. I almost envy Hulkenberg's ability to eat anything, anytime, anywhere. I haven't always been this weak, but the swaying takes me back to times I'd sooner forget. After I lost my home, I was tossed between relatives, and each time it began with an agonizing journey in a rocking carriage. I suppose that's why I find my mind drifting to Halia. I often wondered how the people who survived are faring now.
well met.
Ah, well met. I don't suppose you're as overburdened with free time as I am. I'm certainly no stranger to travel, but I have no idea how to spend my idle hours. It's the same thing. Yep, we're gonna talk to her tonight. This power I've awoken to. I've all sorts of questions, but what I really find curious are these forms we take on. Each has their own unique aspects, but one bit they all have in common is their armor-like appearance. What do you make of that? It's cool, it's kind of scary. I don't know what she would want me to say.
Certainly.
I think it looks cool.
I see.
I do find the austerity of the design intriguing, but I was not speaking of how they look, per se. In my opinion, the armor encloses the raging forces within us, allowing us to direct that power as one directs a horse by its reins. It is said people lose their magic because they refuse to confront their fears and anxieties, forever unaware of the power lurking within them. Is that not, then, the very condition to awakening our slumbering power? Also, hence why is it so exhausting, and why it cannot be maintained for long? The ravenous appetite I had afterwards is proof. We do well to practice diligence maintaining our food reserves. Hulkenberg and I talked about things to come. I feel like my imagination increased.
All right.
It's getting quite late, but we've a ways to go yet, so I would like very much to continue chatting with you. We can play a game. Hulkenberg and I talked for a while.
Time marches on, and the age of a new king draws nearer.
Cutscene! Dun dun dun, look at it.
Finally! We're out of the desert! Oh,
Fist bump.
I just saw the screen.
Poor Stroll.
So bumpy. That'd be the change in terrain, lad.
See, you got to let the suspensions get used to hard ground instead of soft sand.
Must be nice to fly everywhere.
What the?
Uh-oh.
Did we just crash?
Of course not. That's
Monster?
A cannonade.
What? Someone's trying to stop us. How dare they? Rude. Whoa, those are both, looks like they're in a duel. The Gala and Spreader can fight each other? Crazy.
Star is rising!
His star is rising, guys.
Sanctism will reign!
Well, we should let them fight and leave.
It's them. Remember, from the opening ceremony. I think one of them is Guido, Forden's confidant, and the other is Luis's man, Gladel.
Well,
Prominent candidates. Shouldn't the king's magic petrify them for their aggression?
are they the candidates, though? I don't know. It's kind of hard to figure this out. We should leave them be and run away and just keep going. We'll beat them there.
No, see where they're aiming. They're not shooting to kill, just to take out the opposing runner's legs.
It doesn't seem like they're trying to land a fatal shot, just aiming to break the opponent side's gauntlet runner.
Stuck out in the wilds with no working runner. Whether they survive or not, they're dashed well out of the race.
So 'tis a clash to hold each other's advance. Damned fools couldn't resist a show.
And this is why we'll win.
Look, over by the legs. That crier is there too.
I see. Acting as witness to the higher candidate's conflict. It seems Gladel cannot match Godot's firepower.
Our plan hinges on winning Luis's favor. Can we afford to abandon Gladel if he's one of Luis's supporters?
What's our plan? If we just hang back and watch, Godot's gonna win. And Forden gets a leg up on the competition.
Fine.
Let's give Gladel a hand here.
Good thinking. That way we could win Luis's regards.
Agreed. Let us ride to Gladel's aid.
I say, hold on. You realize you're a no-name candidate, eh? If he wants to shut you out, he'll not have to aim for just our legs.
It's a runner, isn't it? If things get too dicey, we'll just run. Didn't you say we had the fastest craft around?
Fine. Suppose there's no room for caution if we want the world's eyes on us.
That's right, Nurse. Time to show us what your baby's capable of.
Okay then, it's settled. Let's make sure he owes us big.
There should be an external runner phone out there.
We're here to help! Withdraw, Gladel! Who goes there? Why do you stand for Luis's forces? Well, sorry, can't get into it now. That gauntlet runner. You're that commoner candidate who destroyed the Grand Cathedral! Was that not enough? You would profane the sacred a second time!
No, y'all are just all cheaters, and I'm trying not to...
So be it. In God's name, be thou punished.
Godot and his monks have boarded the deck. Looks like he knows the magic won't shield us. He's aiming to kill us here and now. Uh-oh. We've made a bad decision.
You dare interfere in my fight! Know your place! Is it fate?
I should have saved it.
You thought by confronting me, you might lift your own names? Then you chose the wrong opponent.
I hate to interrupt, old egg, but it's a touch more complex than that.
We of the Crown Theocracy's monk army have silenced all who would oppose the eminence of God. Your petty ruses are beneath me. Now you shall know how powerless you truly are.
This was a bad idea, wasn't it?
The king's magic means we cannot move to strike Godot himself.
Go for his followers first. We'll thin their numbers and turn the tide.
Okay.
Go, my brethren. Put the fear of God into these impious commoners.
Don't forget
Impious? Impious?
magic.
Defeat the monks without harming Godot. Okay.
I call upon royal power within. I'll cut you down.
Ooh, nice.
Okay, we can do this. By this power. Maybe not. Lend me your strength.
Hold nothing back!
Let me help.
Thank you.
My thanks.
What could you hope to achieve?
Okay, that didn't hurt too bad. Heal. Okay, that guy's gotta die.
Come at me!
He knows we can't attack him.
Oh,
He's
power
toying with
of heroes! Comrades, lend me your strength!
All right, let's go.
And thus I end it!
Hiya!
In
Oh, nice.
Justice. I shall vanquish evil. Hack and slash.
Oh, he resisted.
Seeker! Wind!
I stand ready. Join with me. For all that we strive for. Not this. Right there.
Okay, so he seems to resist
What
physical
did you
attacks.
hope to achieve?
I don't know. I like its cocky smirk.
Brace yourselves!
Captain, they've got your defenses
Let's
down.
get on with it. Not the right move. I'll cut you down.
I know he's resist, but this is all I got.
Let's stay calm.
Synthesis.
Work together.
Tis yours.
Too slow!
Don't get sloppy, Captain.
Oh my god, that he missed? What the heck? What was
More
in there?
resilient than I expected. I would lose nothing by conceding this fight. But the faithful are watching. For the sake of my dear brethren, I must hold nothing back now! Feel the righteous truth of sanctism engraved upon your flesh!
Does this mean he's getting serious?
Rise, my brother!
Get in there.
I don't like this. I'm scared.
Sanctism will reign!
Only a flesh wound.
Cheese and flesh wound.
Underestimate me!
Captain, they've got your defenses down.
Synthesis.
Together. Perhaps not this. With blade in hand. Knight! Strike me if you dare.
In the name of justice. After me. No holding back. Hack and slash.
The freedom of a wand. Let's go! Scour!
Sanctism will reign!
Is that all?
Take this!
Damn it!
Come! I stand waiting.
Witness me, brethren!
I shall vanquish evil.
Witness me.
Die hard.
State.
I won't hold back! Wind! Still here?
Resistance is futile!
Sanctism will reign!
Only a flesh.
I should maybe heal him this time.
Fight!
Is that all?
Sanctism will reign!
The captain's on his last legs. Someone, get him healed up.
This should help.
Thanks.
I owe you.
Behold!
I call upon
my
royal power within.
So,
The faith.
faithful are broken before
He's talking again.
yet your desperate struggling is for naught. You cannot defy the inevitable. I am immune to all your wicked harms.
Oh, he gets to do whatever he wants, and we can't even get near him.
Bend the knee and yield to the divine truth of
I feel like it should work on us. Like, we entered the thing. Just because our face isn't on the thing?
now.
What's the point of the entire magic system if anyone who isn't the one of the, like, 3 people on the face statue can get attacked?
Ah, I think not, you rotter!
Oh, nice.
What have you done to my gauntlet runner?
We've nothing to lose. At the very least, I can thrash your old clunker until it's inoperable.
This is a waste of my time. So be it.
Whew.
You'll face
Nura saved our asses.
soon enough.
Phew. Finally, he took the hint. Hey, get down here.
Hello? Was that the singing lady?
What are you playing at? You think I owe you now or something? I would have been fine without your meddling.
Are you hurt?
Of course I'm not hurt. Look, what are you after?
Why, Gladell, surely you can spare some manners for a crew that saved our lives? Honestly,
That got a bit ugly for my liking.
Well, well, well. Do my eyes deceive me? Juna the songstress in the flesh.
Can she join my team?
A little tryst on the road, is it?
Oh my god.
Nothing so saucy. I'm afraid this cad's just my chauffeur. Now please, darling, a little privacy, or I'll have to charge for an interview.
Fair
Damn.
enough, miss. Fair enough. Nothing
I like
you're
her.
used to. Consider me chastened and shooed. Besides, I might have found another angle here that's just as promising.
You surprised me out there, love.
Nurse!
Did Godot. So you're not just a pretty face. You were more help than my useless driver, at least.
Look here. However talented and famed a songstress she may be, you must remember to contain yourselves.
Hulkenberg's trying to tell herself that, you guys. Look at her. She's so flustered, and Nurse is just like simping hard over there.
Songstress? Wait, is she the same Nydia lady who sang at the opening ceremony?
Aye, but that's... Oh, blast it all, I can't take it anymore. I'd know this. Anyway. You had Caden workshop on this.
I had a feeling he was looking at the gauntlet runner.
No mistake. Luis really shells out for his own.
By the crown, you can't be serious! She is Juna, the kingdom's greatest singer, the Dulcet Diva! Oh, this is
Dulcet
preposterous.
Diva!
Surely I can't be the only one starstruck?
I didn't know who she was until like 2 days ago.
Really? No one else wants to shake her hand? Well, then on behalf of this group, I suppose it falls to me.
You're an interesting little ensemble. Wait, is that a fairy? A real living one? Where did you...
This is giving me that time I very, 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 very briefly met Taylor Swift. I was just like, can I have a hug? And she gave me a hug. And I almost died. That was the best day of my life.
Hey, up there!
She was very kind in person. Tented wouldn't meet again.
An airborne gauntlet runner. He's actually finished it.
Ooh, whose is this? Is Luis here? Oh god, he is. Alright, don't attack him. Oh, he's got like a little puppy boy. Girl.
My lord, Luis. How kind to provide a personal escort.
So that's it. I thought it was strange that a candidate like Gladel got stuck playing someone's driver.
But she was still the Saintist's pick for the opening ceremonies? Guess even Forden's camp has to bend to popular opinion.
My humblest apologies, my Lord Luis, for this travesty, especially when you had graced me with the privilege of bearing the lovely Lady Juna.
Glad to see Lady Juna's safe, at least.
Okay, that was not the voice I expected from that small dog-looking thing. Guy.
I could have crushed that churchman like a bug. And I would have if these insolent fools hadn't.
I'm sure. Sorry, don't much care.
It would seem you had to clean up my associate's mess. I'd like to express my gratitude, but if I might ask, who are you?
I'm just another candidate.
Indeed. Then we are both striving for the throne. One would think you commoners, but for the Lady Knight at your side. And you have a gauntlet runner. Most curious. What made you decide to enter the competition?
Looks like he's more interested than we anticipated. This might be our chance, so choose your words wisely, okay?
I want to help you, Count Luis.
Oh? You fight in my name, do you?
Really now? So, you thought you'd step in for a little self-promotion?
Yes.
We want to help anyone in need. That's what we believe in.
Anyone? Most interesting. However, my immediate needs are met in terms of sword hands.
Oh, come now. Don't they have a certain charisma to them? Why? I dare say I saw them use magic without igniters.
Please, I know we can help you. We want nothing more than to see your vision.
What is his vision, exactly? Can someone tell me this?
What that vision is built on, don't you? If you would claim yourself my ally, then prove your power before all the kingdom's eyes.
Will do.
You can't change the world without power, after all. If you can manage that, I'll consider your proposal.
Is he evil? It feels like he's not evil. Is this going to be the protagonist Vane from 12, where I was kind of like, yeah, I get his point, but I guess he's also murdering people, so we have to kill him. Is that what's going to happen? Maybe he'll just end up being straight up evil later. But if evil, why hot?
Don't think this changes anything. Come on, Hector.
Oh, Hector. I don't want to have to fight Hector. Don't make me fight him, because I don't want to fight his doggo.
It soars like a damn bird.
Right then. That could have gone worse. We were lucky we managed to connect with Luis this early.
No thanks to that Glodell. Even should we be accepted, he'll be no ally of ours.
Well, at the very least, Luis knows our faces. All we have to do now is avoid screwing it up.
He wants to see our power.
Wow, way to jinx it, Gallica.
Then let's find Heisme, bring him to justice, and show the nation we're a force to be reckoned with.
Hells yeah.
As the chirping birds return to their nests, and
Chirp,
the
chirp.
darkness claims its
Chirping chirp.
the gauntlet runner at last arrives at its repose, a place grown thick with trees. Are the sounds from between the trees just the leaves being caressed by the wind?
Caressed by the wind.
Or are they the whispers of the beguiling beings of the dark? The party never has to find out, for they are safe within the gauntlet runner.
That's right, we got our steel fortress on legs.
Ah! Oh, damn it, blast!
Did you hear that?
It's over. The end of the road.
Oh, jeez.
So ends the life of the genius engineer.
Let's say we go check on him.
He sounds like he's having a bad time.
Oh.
Hey! Nurse, you okay?
Oh, you two. Terribly sorry. It's nothing, really.
You seem troubled.
Is there something troubling you?
Ah, well, I suppose you could say that. It's just the runner, you see? She's in top shape, but I wanted to make her peerless. An absolute beauty, you know, top of her class. Something that would make even old Luis's runner look like a bally apple cart. I'd not be floundering so much if I just had a bit of spark.
A spark?
He needs a muse for inspiration. I'll be his muse.
Yes, my girl. A spark of inspiration. A moment of epiphany. Like when I saw the lost relic.
Lost relic? Doesn't ring a bell.
Ah, yes, context. They say that long, long ago, there was a civilization so highly advanced it was beyond all modern understanding.
So Gallica's sitting like cross-legged. I'm just thinking about it, like, wouldn't that be more energy than just like hovering? Because like she's having to like pull her legs up into that cross-legged position, right? Just that seems like that. Is there some sort of like magic that like makes her feel like she's sitting on the ground and just holds her legs there? Why is she doing that? Maybe that's how she gets her glute workout.
The day. People lived surrounded by machinery with no need to work. Legend has it that they lived lives of convenience and comfort, but somehow that civilization just up and disappeared. God only knows what happened to
Was it the humans?
Sounds kind of far-fetched already.
Hear me out, would you? The point is, once in a stretch, you hear about someone unearthing relics from those days of yore. Absolutely inscrutable to the layman, don't you know? But those in the know would recognize such a prize at a single glance.
Have you seen one?
Have you ever seen one of these yourself?
Oh, yes. When I was but a young sproglet. There was this
Sproglet!
lonely old inventor in my neighborhood.
I love this guy.
Quite brilliant and quite daffy, as they often are.
Sounds like someone else I know.
Fellow only showed me his find once, but even seeing it lit a fire in me, like being struck by lightning. After that, it was like a boiling pot. Ideas rising to the surface. And my tinkering always came out marvelous. Some proper court engineer-worthy genius. Something about it utterly captured my imagination. The lost relic, I mean.
Wow. You could try getting him to show you again.
If only I could.
He's dead.
That old fellow went back to his own hometown.
Oh, okay, he's alive.
A single solitary glimpse of the past was all I had. The old goat. He told me he'd leave me the relic in his will.
Okay, so where's this guy's hometown?
Oh, some tiny hamlet somewhere on the outskirts of Martira. A village by the name of Camiro or some such.
Maybe I should look into Camiro when we get to Matira.
This one's important.
This one's important. We left Nurse, who dissolved into doom and gloom again, and headed toward our narrow sleeping quarters in the Gauntlet Runner. Man, I didn't get to increase anything.
And the age of a new king draws nearer.
Well, we've made it to the town. So, we'll arrive in Matira this evening then. Good. Soon we'll be liberated from this blasted shaking. Liberated? I do say I take offense to that. The fairy girl's right, you know. A carriage could never keep up this pace. Some gratitude would be appreciated. Apologies, I am grateful. It's just hard to show it while on the verge of losing your lunch. Oh, that, and I pray we can avoid further hindrances like yesterday.
Isn't that...
Once we arrive in town, we're supposed to meet with Barden, right? I'm sure the sights will be distracting, but let's not keep the man waiting.
Departing the capital and barreling southward, the party's gauntlet runner at last arrives in the old castle town, Martira, where their client, Barden, awaits. The towering castle's stark walls stare down coldly upon its visitors. The only question now is whether or not this gambit was the right move.
Dun 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 dun. It was my only choice, so I'm assuming the answer is yes in some capacity.
'Tis far more desolate a place than I'd heard.
Not many people out. It's like everyone's afraid of something.
What on earth could they possibly be afraid of? And certainly not the killer former knight kidnapper who's kidnapping children and people. Can't be that. Definitely can't be that.
Ah, you're here! I've been hoping you'd show up soon.
I know it's been a while, but we pledged to help you. We'll not go back on our word.
Glad to hear it. I'm sure Lady Joanna will also be pleased. Oh, your pardon. Lady Joanna rules this city. She's also a most holy sanctoress of the Sanctus Church. She lives there, in Criganti Castle.
I take it the locals are hoping for His Eminence Forden to win the tournament.
Aye, naturally. No sane and righteous man would want Luis on the throne. Speaking of, I heard there was a scuffle on the road between two candidates gauntlet runners. The criers say Forden's ally suffered the worst of it.
Ah, well, that's Luis's camp for you. I assume it was them, I mean. Some nasty characters at his heel, eh?
Luis is a tyrant.
Luis is nothing but a tyrant.
Yes. Such atrocities in his name. Unforgivable.
Captain, are you sure we can trust these strangers? These bounty boarders are always in it just for the money.
Looks like his officer's not on our side just yet.
Dinna be rude, Morris. They've come along.
Does it matter? We took the bounty. We got the little piece of paper to prove it and everything.
Sure, you must be knackered from the journey. Let me show you to an inn. You can try our local speciality, perhaps.
Ah, you've a local delicacy. 'Twould be a welcome treat.
You chaps go on. The old girl needs a bit of maintenance after carrying us so far.
Can't that wait until you've eaten?
Too much at stake, lad. Go on,
Eaten? What's that?
worry, and I'll sort her out. Might well fix the bally waterworks while I'm at it.
Come, everyone. This way.
Dun dun. Roast something.
Is this some kind of smoked dish?
Smoked something.
Larvae of the giant sand.
It was roasted.
It's Martira's culinary speciality.
Oh, that's... I knew it was going to be gross.
Finish. Just enough to preserve all the natural juices and flavors of the innards.
Oh, good. Larval innards.
Man, dude, you need to learn how to sell your food better. That is a terrible way to describe anything I'm about to eat. Hulkenberg's like, I'll try.
Unique texture, to be sure, but the taste is divine, exquisite.
You're completely serious, aren't you?
Something the matter? Do try some of your own before it gets cold.
Looks great.
Looks great.
What is with that smile? Not you too.
I would not be able to eat this in real life. My stomach is already just like going, nope. The rich flavors are bursting my mouth. It's surprisingly tasty.
You fairly eat with gusto, young man. Passion worthy of a royal candidate. How was it? Sometimes the insides can twitch a bit, but it's harmless, I assure you.
Oh, we're gonna end up with a parasite.
Would that I had time to try more of your dishes, but... to business. Can you fill us in on the details of all these kidnappings?
Aye. Our wee ones have been going missing for at least 6 months.
That's a long time, jeez.
We're looking at 15 children
15?
accounted for.
And you think this Heismay is your culprit?
Damn, they should have done something about this sooner.
Tonight with nowhere else to turn. We've no proof, but the pieces fit. Seems to me that with nothing else to lose, he's gone rogue.
For a man who claimed a knight's honor to stoop to such horrors. 'Tis unacceptable. We must end this quickly, for our sake and his own.
If I recall the brief, it'll be quite a feat to even get near this Heismay. His hideout was in the midst of the sandworms.
We got a gauntlet runner. Should be easy.
Aye, well remembered. He certainly isn't going to make this easy for us.
So... is Heismay's hideout way out here? Looks pretty far from Martira.
It's a campground.
Oh, I smell trouble. Let's see. And let's see.
Now that you mention it, I have to wonder how he can even survive out there.
We've been chasing any lead we have, but we can't figure it all out. We're in over our heads.
We'll get this job done.
We're awful grateful to have you. And don't worry, we'll pay you what you're due. After all, nobody else in the royal capital would give it a second glance.
We are true heroes. Through and through.
We've come this far.
Inspiring words, young man. Now, I hope you're not full yet. We've a whole spread of other dishes for you.
Hulkenberg is hella excited.
Now this is the pride of the town. A fine sweetmeat made from the juvenile sandworm's entrails.
God, nope.
You'll find this tastes as sweet as any dessert.
Good.
I'm sure we can find a way to the...
This is why I would never be an anime protagonist.
Now, please, dig in.
Tis altogether different from the roast. Why, 'tis succulent as a mellow fruit. Another marvel.
You must have gotten used to eating anything you had to out in the wilds, eh?
I'll schedule a meeting with the honourable lady.
That's probably fair, to be honest.
Please, rest your weary heads for today.
If they aren't here calling a free meal out of us, that is.
Now, let's go.
Yeah, get out of here, guy. Ruining the vibe.
It's been a while.
It's been forever since I had such a spacious bed.
Exactly.
We're gonna meet the lady of the town first thing in the morning, so get your beauty sleep, okay? What's this guy got to say? Oh, don't mind me. I only just arrived here, so it's not like I overheard that conversation you had with Barden. And even if I did hear something, it's not like I tell anybody. I'd never would have made it as a professional informant if I didn't know how to handle sensitive information. That's right. If there's anything you want to know about the city, simply ask me. You can always find me here. What do you need? What information you got? You got no information. Useless.
Pleasure to see you.
As requested by Barden, the entire tavern's been reserved for your party's private use today. I had to kick out a full house of drunkards for this. I hope you're all worth it. Still, it was nice of you to come all this way, traveller. Please, make yourself comfortable. The beds are in the back, past the door, next to the desk. All the cuisine here was delicious to the last. Matira is a fine city indeed. What makes this High's Maze offences all the more damning. If all we've heard is true, hunting him will be a trial indeed. To be expelled from the Order is one thing, but to be wholly stripped of his knighthood, I would not be surprised if the man's given into despair. Finally free of those tiny runner bunks. Nice to sleep in an inn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Nothing beats the bed in an inn.
Right?
I can see the monsters out there when we camp on the runners, so I can rest a little easier in an inn. I wish Nurse would come inside with us, but I suppose if the runner is a castle, then he's its king.
Got a moment?
Gotta call it a night. Fine.
What now? What now?
Alright, since I have a feeling we're about to enter a couple of other cutscenes that might take forever, we're going to end it here today. I know, a couple minutes early, I'm so sorry. But we did run quite a bit long last time, so hopefully that evens it all out in the end. But yes, thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed this jaunt through Metaphor Fantazio, and we'll be back again soon with more playthrough. Thank you so much, and as always, if you enjoyed this video and had a good time, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, don't forget to check me out on Twitch and YouTube and Blue Sky and Twitter and all those other places. Oh, and TikTok that have all sorts of Archivist Bunny content for you. And thank you again. I can't wait to see you again soon. And as always, I'm Archivist Emmy. Ta-ta for now.